If you don't know where to begin, better ask Win.
Winston, so good to see you. We start with an important question. Should you convert your term life policy to whole life? Many people purchase term life insurance for the affordability and protection it offers during their working years. But as life changes, the question often comes up, should you convert your term life policy to a permanent policy? So we're going to break down what you need to know, but let's start with the basics. What is the difference between term life and whole life?
Well, great question. Term life insurance policy is just like the president serves a 4-year term and he can serve a consecutive 4-year terms for a total of 8 years. It's a limited amount of time. So when you buy a term life insurance policy, you're kind of renting coverage for that designated period of time. Maybe it's a 10, 15, 20, or maybe even a 30-year term. But at the end of that term, the price guarantee will end and you can count on that price really skyrocketing at the end of the term.
Whereas whole life,
I just want to correct on the phrase whole life. Whole life is a type of permanent insurance, as is universal life, indexed universal life, and the like. Okay, so let's kind of talk about the difference between term and permanent, and whole life is one of those for sure. Permanent insurance means it's going to be there permanently for the rest of your life. So the difference in price comes about from a term insurance that's protecting you and your life for a designated number of years and then ends. Permanent insurance covers you for the entirety of your life and therefore comes at a higher premium cost.
So why might someone then consider converting their term policy to a permanent policy?
That's a great question. Number one probably is because of a health issue or the fear of a health issue. We've seen it both ways. Maybe you're aware of a significant medical problem that would prevent you from applying for a new policy.
Yeah.
And maybe you bought this term insurance 10 years ago, had a preferred non-tobacco rate, and you now have heart disease or cancer. You could step right into the converted policy with no questions asked at the rate you were approved at, say 10 years ago.
So what are the potential drawbacks or costs to be aware of before making that decision?
Well, it's going to cost you more. That's almost a certainty. However, it's going to cost you more in the short term because if you stay in the term policy, it will certainly price you out of the policy and then you'll have no coverage. Now, we all know that the only two guarantees are in life are death and taxes, right? And so one of the age-old questions is what's the best life insurance policy? I get asked that frequently. And the best answer that I can come up with is the one that's in force when you die. That might be the permanent policy.
Right. I think a lot of people will hear this conversation, though, Winston, and wonder, why do I need life insurance if I'm retired?
Well, that's a great question. Term life insurance is frequently used by younger parents with younger children, and they're trying to create an immediate estate in the event that the breadwinner dies. But retirees, believe it or not, the 65-year-old plus crowd, they're the ones that actually buy the largest life insurance policies because it is an essential retirement alpha to the problem created by death and taxes. And when you turn 65, you're kind of aware of your mortality, right? You know that the bulk of your money is sitting in a 401k or a pre-taxed account. There's going to be a lot of taxes due. And life insurance is kind of like baking soda on acid. It neutralizes the problems created by taxes at the time when it's needed the most.
So then for someone who's unsure of whether to convert, what's the first step they should take in evaluating their options?
Great question. Typically is to reach out to us, talk to us about your policy, talk to us about your current health situation and the goals that you're trying to accomplish. And then we can help you determine if converting that term policy is the right step to do, or possibly even reapplying for a separate policy, a brand new policy, if you think you can go through underwriting successfully.
Yeah, it's a big decision. Definitely consult a professional before you make any decision. So Winston, if somebody would like to talk through their options with you, how can they get a hold of you?
Well, like always, you can pick up that telephone and give us a call at area code 602-456-1928, 602-456-1928, or reach us at our website, winstonandcompanies.com, where you can actually click on our Calendly link and schedule your own appointment with us.
Great. Winston, thank you.
Thanks so much, Erin.
Got a plan for your retirement? 'cause you know it's just down the road. But if you don't know where to begin, better ask when.